So this is an interesting video for me. My name is Jason, and I don't really plan on showing this too much to anybody I really know. So, I mean, I don't care that anybody sees it, but I'm just kind of doing this as maybe a journal for myself and put out there for anybody else who's interested. So, where to start? I live in Kentucky, from California. It's our second time moving to Kentucky from California. Came out, went back, came back out. And kind of been on a little bit of a journey. Kind of always been on like a self-development type of journey, wanting to improve myself and be better, better nutrition. This is kind of where it started. Wanted to be healthier. Wanted to, I was raised in a Christian household. Son of Nazarene parents, but they didn't really go to the Nazarene church while I was growing up. They kind of left the Nazarene church and went to non-denominational churches. We went to non-denominational Christian churches my whole life. And I kind of just accepted everything as it was. And I've worked at our church. I've worked with our youth groups, and I love it, and I love God. I love Jesus. I do. And a lot of time, part of what we would always say is, you have to make your faith your own, your religion your own. It has to be yours. It can't just be something your parents handed down from you, down to you. You have to take. And I kind of did that. I accepted it, and then I studied it and went into it deeply, and I've read the whole Bible, I'd say at least once, maybe not all directly front to back, but I'm pretty sure I've touched just about everything, more than once. At one point I even enrolled into classes with the Assemblies of God out in California when I was doing youth group work and was an intern at the church for the youth pastor. Anyway, but I never kind of really, I've looked into some other religions and ideas and concepts, and being raised in an all-Christian family, I kind of had always, there were certain things that were just taboo, Dungeons and Dragons and meditation, at least Eastern meditation, and a whole host of things that were just kind of off the table that I just never put myself on the table. And it was back when my wife and I went to India for the first time. I kind of became a little more intrigued with like Hinduism and kind of the fact, like the idea that they worshipped any god, whoever god that they connected with, that was the god that they worshipped, and they were very open to Jesus because he's just another god. They literally have millions of gods, and so I thought that was kind of interesting, and I wanted to learn a little more. I've read a little bit of the Bhagavad Gita, which is their scriptures or ancient texts, and I've done little bits of research here and there about other, cultures, religions, whatever you want to call it. But I kind of started, I did yoga many years ago just for the health benefits. Love yoga. And kind of have let that open my mind up to the idea of meditations, and have, in the last, let's say, year, getting back in touch with doing yoga, kind of started trying to do some actual meditating. And so, a couple times I've been listening to books on Audible by Joe Dispenza and Deepak Chopra, and kind of started going down a rabbit hole of wellness and longevity and that kind of stuff. Wellness, mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, physical health, nutritional health, that kind of stuff. To the point I went back to school to become a teacher for physical education and health. I've just decided I just don't like our educational system enough to kind of really devote my life or any part of my life strictly to something where that's what's going to be controlling me and how I operate and how I just can do it. So I recently unenrolled from the rest of my classes, decided not to get another bachelor's degree or to get my master's in teaching. So I'm going down another road professionally, and that isn't really either here or there for this, the purpose of this video. But what is kind of here for this video is I'm gonna try, because I've tried doing YouTube videos and YouTube channels and stuff for all kinds of things, for travel, for food, for photography, and personal blog type stuff, and it just never kind of works out. I lose interest, or it becomes too much work. But I think that's because I put want to be a perfectionist and have a logo and all that stuff. So I'm kind of not doing that this time, which is actually why I'm using my own personal YouTube channel with just when it comes with my email that I've had for a really long time. So I want to take everybody on my journey with me. I've been looking and reading and watching videos and started meditating again very recently. And I'm trying to delve into that kind of world. It's kind of opening up some intrigue and some exploration for me, and I want to kind of take people on that journey. I like to document it for myself as well. So kind of what I'm doing is I'm just going to record these, and it's not going to be professionally edited. This isn't going to be anything spectacular. I don't plan on, having a logo or having anything like that. I might add some music once in a while. But what I really want to do is just to see and vocalize the things that I'm finding out and learning, and talk to my own echo chamber, if you will. And maybe this is just putting this out there so I can talk to other people that I don't know, because growing up in a Christian church, I don't want people to come at me and go, "Oh, you don't believe in God anymore, you don't believe in Jesus." Well, that's not the case. I just wonder sometimes if there's not more to the universe, the universal consciousness, this idea that everything is connected by vibrations, by waves, by frequencies, by color, light, sound. And so I'm going to take you with me. I'm going to take myself, record it for myself, take anybody who wants to come along with me. Cool. So I'm just going to kind of talk about things that I am either learning or studying or reading, or meditations, things I've kind of committed myself to the idea. I'd like to go to a Hindu temple. I'd like to go to a Buddhist temple. I'd like to see what else is out there. And just to understand what the mystics say and how the mystics do and what the mystics think. And a lot of this curiosity has been driven by this whole universal consciousness, the quantum. The quantum is a catchword all for anything that's kind of super small, and everything's being tied together now, and it's all science is supposedly proving all things that the mystics have known for centuries and thousands of years and that kind of stuff. So I just kind of want to explore that. I want to kind of see how it affects me, how it affects my life. So as a starting point, I'm a pretty open person. I'm very friendly. I'm very outgoing. I've had some struggles as I've gotten older not to necessarily maintain friends, but with the moves from California to Kentucky and back, found it difficult to make the same kind of connections with new friends and that kind of thing. So that's caused some bitterness and some loneliness, even some anxiety and some maybe some resentment. And just a little bit about my background. My wife and I lost our 7.5-month-old third son when he was 7.5 months old back in 2014. And so there's some emotional trauma there. I had a very, very early age, I had some sexual abuse which started with when I was 5 with a 15-year-old girl who took me to her bedroom, and things that no 5-year-old should go through or learn about happen. And it's been a big driver of who I've been in my life and how I have come to be and that kind of stuff. I still make crude jokes because it's just so much wrapped up in who I am, and I'm trying to change that at the core. And I guess a lot of this is driven through that sense of wanting to better myself, to improve myself, to really fix myself. And so part of that is, I've been watching a series on Joe Dispenza called Rewired, and it talks about how if you're not fixing the traumas of your past, and I don't use the word traumas lightly, because I have a hard time saying I have traumas. I mean, yeah, it's trauma, but I've been fine. I've lived my life. I've done pretty well for myself. I have an awesome family. I own kids and friends, but at the same time, there's something there that is affecting me. I can get very angry and very impatient with people who don't do things the way I want them to do, who eat foods in a way that I don't like, and who don't drive the way I want. We'll talk about a trigger. Now, I'll also say, just because I said the word trigger and trauma, and I'm not a liberal person I'm kind of more socially liberal, but governmentally, I'm more libertarian. I vote Republican. I voted for Trump. You may like that. You may not like that. It doesn't need to come into this conversation. I'm just kind of giving there as a foundational of who I am. And so I've kind of always shied away from talking about, I'm triggered, or I've got this kind of emotions and stuff. So it's a lot of things I'm grasping at and talking about and thinking about are concepts that have been taboo, or you don't talk about that, or you don't explore that, or you don't reach out to those kinds of things. Joseph Dispenza talks about in this that when you don't heal your traumas of the past, that you carry that forward into your future, and you can't be in the present, which kind of was a mind blower for me. I can see how if I don't get through those things in the past, because I've never talked really about them with anybody, not therapists. My wife knows about some of the stuff. That's about it. Nobody else knows. You do now. I'm not probably going to get too deep into that. I don't know that I need to, and I don't see that coming out too much. But So I'm just going to come to you and use this as a documentation of what I'm doing. I started working with meditation, or the Tibetan singing bowls. I'm actually getting ready to start a book called Metahuman by Deepak Chopra. I'll probably put links and stuff. I'll at least do that much for this. And I'll try to put what I'm using and that kind of stuff into descriptions of these videos, so that people who want to find this stuff or whatever can find it, look for it, try it, use it, whatever. So it's 2025. This will be uploaded, so whatever the date on this video is, that's the date this was made. And this is my journey going forward. And also a long video. It's almost 15 minutes of me ranting. Not really ranting, but rambling for sure. I don't know how the sound was. I didn't put a microphone on. I didn't do anything. I just came out here where it kind of looked nice. Got the sunset back behind me. Just finished meditating a little while ago. I'm getting ready for a colonoscopy tomorrow. So I'm doing a lot of meditating yesterday, because I'm fasting for that. And so I just thought this was a time I need to just do it. And I'm not going to worry about making it all pretty. This is just me throwing this out there. I hope you like it. I hope somebody gets something from it. If it does, then I'm doing something that I've wanted to do, and that's to help other people. So hopefully it helps somebody. And if you're doing it, comment or whatever. You guys can like, subscribe. I really don't want to do that. Drop a like button, smash that like button. Okay, whatever. Like it or don't. I mean, it would obviously be cool if I had a lot of people that were watching and people to talk to and hear experiences from. I'd love to make kind of a community. So I don't have anybody else I can really talk to about this kind of stuff, to be honest. All my friends are in church and stuff like that. I won't be posting this on my Facebook. I won't be posting this anywhere other than here on YouTube. So this is just kind of a personal project for me to share with complete strangers and anybody who wants to do it with me. I mean, that's kind of what I'm going for. So anyways, Meta Human by Deepak Chopra. I've gotten so far as like, that's as far as I've gotten. I don't know if you can see that. I've got a Pokemon card. I've read the preface and maybe 2 or 3 pages of the first chapter about 4 months ago, 6 months ago, maybe 8 months ago. Haven't picked it up since. I've listened to a couple of his books and a couple of meditations and stuff by Joe Dispenza. And so, yeah, I will try to at least make this video look nicely, but I'm not going to edit it or anything. I'm not going to like brush my hair. I don't really care. Growing it out, longest it's ever been. Yeah, whatever. So come with me if you want to. I hope you do. I hope somebody gets something from it, and I'd be interested to hear any feedback that other people give. I don't know how to get this out there to anybody. So, I mean, if you see this, please share it and like it and, I don't know, subscribe, do something like that. Just so I'd like to have somebody else to bounce ideas off of. And if you're into this and you've done meditations and qigong or yoga or singing bells or vibration, or you know about chakras, or you know about Buddhism or Hinduism, you know, different sects of those things, you know, please chime in. Let me know how you feel about what I'm talking about. Maybe if you have something to offer, something I should look into next. I've got a reading list. Been talking to GPT a lot about this, about multidimensionalism and you know, transcendental meditation and astral projection and lucid dreaming and all this stuff. I'm kind of just going to start experimenting with everything and see where it leads me and see what it does. I've got a couple of health issues I've been kind of struggling with, digestive issues, tensity in my muscles and bones and stuff. But other than that, you know, I'm in pretty decent shape. So anyways, now we're nearly on 20 minutes. I'm going to cut it off here, but my name's Jason, and I'm going to explore the vibrations of the universe, I guess. All right. So come with me or don't. Hope you do, though. All right. Peace out.